The secular year is drawing to a close. This Friday, we celebrate with New Year's Eve. And not so different from our New Year's Day, which happens in the month of Tishrei, Rosh Hashanah, we find that the New Year's Eve, the secular New Year's, or what Israelis will call the fun New Year's, that fun New Year's also brings with it some introspective thought. That we often think back on the year, perhaps this year we'll think back on the last 2 years, what we have learned from COVID, what we've learned about ourselves throughout this process, what we hope to do better, what we hope to achieve in the coming year, the pride that we might feel over what we were able to do in this past year. And for me, and perhaps for you as well, the word that keeps coming back is resiliency. That we have built resiliency in many, many ways, both with vaccines and making our bodies resilient to this pandemic, but also emotionally and as well as with our relationships, that we've put so much distance between each other, that we now know and understand how to connect on a deeper level. And so for me this year, at the end of the year, I'm thinking about all of the things and all of the ways in which we have built resiliency. And this Friday night, I hope you will join us. We are still having Shabbat services on Friday and Saturday morning, the normal time, so please join us. This Friday also is another moment of celebration, at least in the Jewish world. We will be celebrating the birthday of Simon Wiesenthal, who was born on December 31st in 1908. And there's this beautiful story that I recently heard about how Simon Wiesenthal wanted to spend his 90th birthday. So it goes like this. He tells it, this story is told by Rabbi Marvin Heyer. And so one day, Simon Wiesenthal calls the rabbi and says that he wants to celebrate his 90th birthday, just a few friends in Vienna. Okay, great. Where should we go? Where should we plan? And Mr. Wiesenthal responds, I have one unfulfilled wish, to have a party at the Imperial Hotel. Now, a little context is helpful here. The Imperial Hotel is noted to be Hitler's favorite hotel, that both Hitler and Himmler had permanent suites there. They built this enormous bunker beneath the hotel, which still exists today, with the thought that this would serve as Hitler's ideal headquarters from which he could conduct the Second World War. And during that time of the Second World War, it would have been absolutely unthinkable for a Jew to even step foot or be seen at the Imperial Hotel. And so, Mr. Wiesenthal says, I want to make sure that all of the taboos of the Third Reich are broken and that the record of this hotel will affirm that Simon Wiesenthal celebrated his 90th birthday here with a kosher dinner. And on the night of the dinner, the band is playing the music, the food, you can see it, and the band is playing Yiddish songs. And Wiesenthal looks up at the ceiling and he says, and he sees that the chandeliers are shaking. And he turns to his friend the rabbi and says, you see, even the chandeliers are shaking because this is the first time that they have ever heard such music. And so let the record show that Hitler is no longer here, but even in the Imperial Hotel, Jews are still alive and singing. Now, if that's not a story of resiliency, I don't know what is. I have been taken back this year and every year, but I've been reading so many of Simon Wiesenthal's stories and have seen and understand him to be a man of kindness, a man of wisdom, and a man of great resiliency. And so, listen, I'm not saying that our current situation has anything to do or mirrors anything about this story at the Imperial Hotel or the Second World War, but we can name the fact that it has been a challenging year. And we can name the fact that many of us have broken New Year's Eve plans, that we had expectations to be together in groups and celebrating, and now we're taking those steps back again, for the best of society, for the health and welfare of all of those, and all of us and all of our neighbors. And that it requires of us to have a mentality of resiliency, that we will get through this, that we have done this before, albeit different, but that we can take charge and listen to the information that's coming to us. And that the only thing that we can do is to respond to the best of our ability. So this New Year's Eve, I hope that you will stay safe, most importantly, that you will reflect on the elements of resiliency that you have built and fostered over this last year or two. And we hope you will join us at 6 p.m. on Friday evening and at 10:30 on Saturday morning. Take care and Happy New Year.